I signed legislation and an executive order to hold China accountable for its oppressive actions against the people of Hong Kong. Today, I also signed an executive order ending U.S. preferential treatment for Hong Kong. And make no mistake, we hold China fully responsible for concealing the virus and unleashing it upon the world. In contrast, Joe Biden's entire career has been a gift to the Chinese Communist Party. He opposed my very strict travel ban on Chinese nationals to stop the spread of the China virus. If I wasn't there to stop it, if I wasn't here to say, no way, it's not going to happen, we'd be in some mess.
Donald Trump, you mention this name in any conversation and you're bound to get a reaction, mostly a sigh, or a shake of the head, or the claim that he's unfit to be president, sometimes even high praise for his originality. Good or bad, Trump evokes a reaction and usually deserves what's being said of him. His behavior is not exactly presidential, but a recent press conference was, for want of a better word, interesting. It shows Donald Trump in a new light, not the monster the American media portrays him as, perhaps even a victim of the general unwillingness to acknowledge anything of worth on the other side. If I'm not making a lot of sense to you, it's fine. This is new to me too, seeing Trump as a victim. It will take some getting used to. Now, we know that Trump does not want to hear what his critics say, and his critics demonize him for everything he says. Many of you have written to us highlighting the same. So tonight, we'll try to put all preconceptions aside and for once listen to what Donald Trump had to say. And I can tell you he had a lot to say. You can't blame the man. He's not getting many chances to publicly ramble during this pandemic. Trump has had to cut down on election rallies. So he turned a press conference at Rose Garden into a rally venue. Donald Trump spoke for a total of 63 minutes. The briefing started with the announcement of an executive order to hold China accountable for its actions in Hong Kong. Listen to this first.
Today, I signed legislation and an executive order to hold China accountable for its oppressive actions against the people of Hong Kong. The Hong Kong Autonomy Act, which I signed this afternoon, passed unanimously through Congress. Today, I also signed an executive order ending U.S. preferential treatment for Hong Kong. Hong Kong will now be treated the same as mainland China.
Hong Kong will now be treated the same as China. This may just be Trump's biggest message of intent to Beijing. According to the White House, this new law will give the Trump administration new and powerful tools to hold responsible the individuals and entities involved in extinguishing Hong Kong's freedom. Also, the executive order will revoke special treatment for all Hong Kong passport holders. This announcement was just the beginning. Donald Trump came prepared to settle all doubts about his alleged softness towards Beijing.
And make no mistake, we hold China fully responsible for concealing the virus and unleashing it upon the world. They could have stopped it. They should have stopped it. Would have been very easy to do at the source when it happened.
Thank you, sir. I want to know, when's the last time you spoke with President Xi of China, and do you plan to speak with him in the near future?
No, I haven't spoken to him. Well, no, I don't. I have no plan to speak to him.
No plans to speak to Xi. What about Joe Biden? What's Trump's plan vis-a-vis his presidential challenger? He was in attack mode. The jibes ranged from Biden opposing Trump's travel ban on Chinese nationals to Biden never speaking anything bad about China, to how Biden's entire career had been a gift to the Chinese Communist Party, a very well-crafted speech to gain political points. But it became slightly tough for us to follow Trump's stream of consciousness. He wandered from one thought to another. Watch this and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
In contrast, Joe Biden's entire career has been a gift to the Chinese Communist. He opposed my very strict travel ban on Chinese nationals to stop the spread of the China virus. But for years, 47 years, he never came out against China, never said anything bad, just the opposite. He wants to kill American energy. He wants to re-enter the unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord, which will destroy us. He wants to impose massive energy taxes and job-crushing mandates to eliminate carbon from the United States economy. Let him define the word carbon, because he won't be able to. This is Biden. Biden's gone radical left.
Too bad his supporters were not there to cheer him. Also, he mentioned Biden's name more than 20 times in this press conference. He questioned Biden's mental abilities. In a not very subtle fashion, he implied that Biden had grown senile. Trump probably forgot that he was addressing the press conference as the President of the United States and not as somebody looking to secure a second term at the White House. This was an event meant to announce new actions against China. But President Trump turned it into a never-ending monologue of political attacks. How does one understand this behavior? Well, if you're looking for answers, I have an idea. You will probably find many in a book by Trump's niece, Mary L. Trump. The book is called Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. That's what the book is called. This book questions Trump's mental health. It asserts that pathologies stemming from his childhood are playing out now on a global stage. And look at the irony here. This book was released on the same day as this press conference, which brings us back to the question we started with. Is Donald Trump as bad as he seems? Well, for the moment, I'll say this. He's good for television. He's definitely good for Twitter. And he gives the world new issues to debate.